tape, that's why.
So you're going a couple times underneath the bed at an angle. Yeah. Or no, you're just going right over it.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. And you make sure, because I have surgeons that sometimes they just get lazy and don't forget, and you gotta make sure that you're taping below the break.
Okay.
Because then we're gonna tape his,
Which we did not do. But
I did not mind, did you?
I just came out.
Just break it and go, yeah, below. Just the only thing is, you're breaking.
Come on, Connor.
When you're breaking on this little post here is when it's caught. Oh, you just went right over it. Okay.
Yep. Because when you tape the chest, and you break you want to be able to pull the iliac crest down.
Oh, I see.
If you tape here and here,
Yeah,
when we break the table, you're not doing anything.
I see.
You're stretching like maybe down here or something like that. So you tape that, then
When you were saying like be as like straight as possible, because like you're also kind of prepping for your shot there too, right? Like you kind of want to get everything as well aligned as you can. That way you don't have to do as much fuss with getting your
Yep.
crisp out place and pedicle.
So
agreed. So you don't have to tilt the,
Yeah.
the
And you say you
table
got
too much.
a pillow or two between the legs at this
Yep.
point?
Yep,
Okay.
2 pillows in between there. Then we take a blue towel and your arms lay your head down, thank you. Like so. And then you take, probably has an arm board out like that.
Yeah.
So, and you take a blue towel if you want, cover up their nipple, because you want to have as much tape on their skin as possible. So you'll have, if you do it into a place where there's new nurses, they'll be like, oh no, we don't want to tape on the skin. And you're like, no, that defeats the purpose. We don't want any movement. You know, they're there to protect the, especially if you're kind of running the shoulder like a rep, like, no, we can't tape. And then the surgeon has to say, no, I want the tape on the skin. But protect their nipple just because you have to pull it off. Where is the bed rail attachment?
It's over here, I think.
Thank you. So the arm board will be right here. What I try to do before I tape the chest is get that as high as possible, you know,
Up against the arm board there.
up against the arm board, and then lock it down. Because as Carrie talked about, you want it as far away as possible. And then, because if you start taping now and you're right next to the arm board with your tape, then your arm attachment is going to have to be lower. Well, that's a missed opportunity because the C-arm is going to have problems with it. The C-arm doesn't have any problem with the tape. So you come here and down, you have to make sure again that they're not rolled forward or rolled backwards. Rip that. Come here. There are 2 pillows on their in between their legs.
Anything between the heels?
Yeah, I don't usually think about it, but yeah, the nurses will have
Put something
padding
in
here and here.
Okay.
Lots of times they don't have any padding right here
Yeah.
for this nerve, perineal nerve, or down here for a nerve down here. So these 2 I kind of have to be involved with. I've never done anything here because they always have that. We want to have their knees as bent as possible, like so, because it relaxes the psoas
I see.
up here. Then you'll see surgeons, depending if you're at 4 or 5, go down here, and then really physically push the crest down. This is painter's tape, it's not going to pull it down like so.
You know, are you doing this, Dan, at most of your accounts, pulling the patient?
Yeah, I don't touch the patient, but I'm here doing this.
Making sure the
But it's
I'm
something-
doing, this is exactly what I'm doing, like this. Then give it to him.
But not like pulling, they tear the crest down.
Nope.
Okay.
And then go ahead and rip that off. But as an example, I'm here,
Yeah.
but I'm not touching the patient
I see.
on purpose.
Okay.
Let's start here again, and we'll start over like this.
Yeah.
So I'll be here, and then the surgeon go ahead and push down, literally just like that. You see how that exactly like that, and you'll see the second come here, and it comes up here. You have that like so, and this is dealer's choice. Usually go one more time around.
Because it acts as a seat belt, right? But you
Yep.
know, with that tape.
Then you do one more, and what you'll see, because if you have 4-5 and you want the crest down, it's going to make all the difference in the world. Do that same thing. Go ahead. I'm not touching the patient. So you go like this, and look what happened. This got loose because it worked. Him pushing worked, and you'll see that in real life. Thank you. And now you can. Then there's a lot of most people, that's fine. Some people like after they did this extra that's always there, go like that and do one more.
Seatbelt.
Yeah.
All right, Grant, see you.
Now the nice thing for Grant is this painter's tape not gonna, usually you actually feel it. Then we'll bring in the AP fluoro, which we're not gonna do. Well, actually, I take that back. We're gonna break the table first, because that naturally makes them, with all this leg tape, roll forward a little bit. So back down.
To me, I'm just thinking, a lot of positioning is just logical in terms of you want to be able, like you said, to get the C arm under, and you know your spots based on anatomy here, hip anatomy. You know where your access points are, the top of the crust. You know where you're trying to.
Your
access.
incision's going to be right above. You're at 4-5.
Right. So you're feeling.
Where is it? Oh, there it is.
No, you're good.
Yeah,
This
right
is still
there.
a real person.
Yeah, I know.
You're good.
I'm saying though, you just being able to visualize it as you're doing it makes total sense. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you bend a little bit, even if I mentioned that in the sheet, but even if you're doing 3-4,
Yeah.
where there's no rib and there's no crest,
Yeah.
they still bend it this much, and you might get uncomfortable at some point.
I'm fine,
So,
Joe.
Then, but they still bend it because they want to have that fascia that they got to go deep and pop through to
Yeah.
be a little taut, because that's obviously easier to pop through something
Right.
if it's taut.
Right.
So you do back down a little bit, then you do an AP to see where you're at.
So we haven't done any true Delaware at all. Yet.
Because
we're
we're still in AP, right?
Okay.
And then we gotta tilt it one way or the other to get the spine's process perfect.
Yeah.
Really the pedicles, but 90% of the time they're the same, right? The spine's process right in the middle.
Yeah.
Once you do that, you can Trendelenburg, but it's just not changing anything. We wait till we do the lateral, and that'll totally change. He's like this, and you're looking straight down. You've done pedicle screws your whole life. Like, you need to have those pedicles superimposed, and mainly just the end plate nice and flush.
Yeah.
So if you take one of these, it's gonna look like crap.
Right.
Right? And I'm sorry that sawbones kind of sucked, but it is what it is. So then I'm guessing it's not that way, because we're bent, it's this way. Same as when you're getting perfect for pedicle screws, a little bit more,
Yeah.
I don't know which way. Finally, that's good.
Sure.
Right? And then you have your AP good, you have this, and you're only Trendelenburg, you're not changing anything. Every time you break the table,
Yeah.
you need to go back. Like, there's no reason to break the table, but let's say you went and did a lateral right now. You Trendelenburg, so you see everything that's right. He was like this. We Trendelenburg, now 4-5 is perfect. But you can see the crest easily on the x-ray. You're like, oh shit, that crest is way high. We're gonna have to really break this patient. So let's break him some more. Let it back down. To try to pull this more.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? It shouldn't change, but it always kind of rolls the patient forward. So if you break it some more, my advice, go back to an AP, just see, maybe it's fine. Likely you're gonna have to tilt that way.
Okay.
Then come back, do everything. Once AP is good and lateral is good. But if you don't break the table more, you got your lateral good with spine's, AP good with spine's process. You come up here, you're definitely gonna have to Trendelenburg to line everything up. But once you have it, start marking the patient.
Nice.
And this is already here, this arm is there. In your mind. Questions?
No, I was just gonna say the hip is pretty important to make sure
That's
this is out of the way. You can see the higher and lower one. Because you'll see one that's way above your level typically, and then you'll see one that's, you know, you can kind of know logic says it's.
I totally agree. Before you break the table, average, you know, you'll be able to see if you're shooting a lateral,
Mhm.
could be standing film, you know, or whatever lateral that's on the screen. Both of the crests, usually you can see two of them, but they're both about at the 4 or 5 bit space. After you do this a good job, one should be in the middle of 5 vertebral body, and the other one is at the middle of 4 vertebral body. Like, oh crap, well, but because you broke this, trust me, the one that's on top that matters is in the middle of 5 vertebral body. So it's good, so it's gonna give you room to go. It's never, because we broke the table,
Sure.
when you see the two of them, it's never that the one you're dealing with is the
Yeah.
high one.
Yeah.
Just physics, I guess, more than anything else. I'm gonna unbreak him. But by this time, if I'm in San Diego and I get taped, they tape with duct tape, but I didn't wanna like get gummy stuff on
Sure.
here and stuff for cadavers, but they usually tape a skinny kid, skinny guy with the surgeons to watch. This is too long. That they wouldn't have had me. I'm hoping that you're not uncomfortable.
No, I'm not bad, you're good.
I'm thinking, but they wouldn't have you there just because. I mean, obviously patients do it, but they're asleep because you can feel it.
No.
I think we're done, right?
Back